It's a mild spring here in Texas with a 97-degree heat as the Chicago Union do the second part of their Texas two-step after a stop in Houston last night. They take on the 2-0 Austin Soul in an interdivisional battle between two teams who have a real shot at being the leader at the end of the season in their respective divisions. Hello and welcome. I'm Rich Slayton, joined by Matt Weber for this great matchup. And Matt, the heat is not going to stop the action here tonight.
Absolutely not, Rich. Great to be here in another.
But stall count starting to get up there. Oliver Fay putting a hard mark on. And what a great D there from Robert Hausman, a guy who fought. Fay looking, trying to get this disc away. Stall count getting high. Reinhardt trying to get back to it. And a little cross-field play. And this one could be an opportunity. Brandon Dial free in the end zone. 2-0 for the home team.
And
less reliable in the early parts of the season.
So here we go again. Oh no, and Mark Evans going to overshoot the hammer this time, going downwind. That's liable to happen. Hankey didn't have a chance. Mark Hankey, that is. In Chicago on the line. Can they score quick? Yes, they can.
And suddenly we have a tie game.
And he resets over to Robert Hausman.
And that gets touched, and Jake Reinhardt not able to get there. So will they get this corner score? And this time, no miscommunication as Kaminsky hits Sjogren in the corner. And we are
green, but here in person of water, moisture, or sweat, whatever coming off of this disc. So difficult to handle, and we're seeing the consequences of it pretty routinely as Switek is open deep. Is he going to be able to handle it? Yes, he is.
And you see maybe a sigh of relief. And Chicago's on the field, and now we see a little double team action out of Austin. And talking with Coach Woods during the break, double team is Midwest gameplay, and what a snag there from Lithio. The disc on the opposite spin side, he gets a hold of it and gets to Sjogren. What a play by John Lithio to hold on to that disc.
Man, Chicago tempting fate with that huck. The wind could drag that
west back to the east, or from the east to the west.
So Reinhardt hoping he could get a little bit better of the conditions, but unable to hold on going upwind. And here's the put from Chicago, and it's a score for the Union.
Kaminsky had that one easy, and now we see Rivas does not go for the around, instead back to Harris. Harris looking for Jesse Johnson here around the outside, throws it high, and that one floats and pulled down by Jake Reuben Miller, and that's Stezlicki in the end zone. A huge break for Chicago as they go up 2. You see Joey Wiley release, nobody there, but the throw isn't there either. And another turnover here from Mark Evans, who you can see certainly unhappy with himself. This has been an uncharacteristic night for him.
Yep, Mark Evans with yet another one on the flick side. This time Chicago able to capitalize and score.
And a big bid for Ben Priest, and he's starting to feel the mojo here.
To win a quarter by a few points, and Austin hoping to narrow that gap right now, then come out firing in the fourth.
Duncan gets it back in the middle of Swy. A little more movement now here from Austin. Kaplan looks right for Hankey and does get it. Threading the needle right in front of Ben Priest, and Austin gets this one back to 2.
And that's the guy you want to look for there, Kyle Hankey.
Lithio now going to come back under. Dex Draymond with that high flick to the left. Reinhardt 7 for 7, a challenge, and here we go. Shanahan puts it. Sjogren going deep, and Sjogren goes up for it. Brings it down, Lochran just not quite able to get the D, and we're back behind by 3.
So we saw they're going to let Austin get position.
Inside to Potts, who puts it down for Duncan Fitzgerald, and he reels it in. And the crowd calling for that one to be down. A huge bid from Wilson Matthews. He does not go for the extra throw here. Instead, dumps it back to Draymond.
So Draymond, he's gonna have to reset, and they're gonna have to try and swing the field here. The Austin crowd getting worked up, Rich. They didn't like that disc was called up. They thought it was down earlier.
And into the corner, no being called back this time. Sjogren to Lithio. A lot of guys deep just trying to stop the big Huck. Kyle goes over to Jordan, to Jacob Kaplan. Kyle Henke, 10 seconds left, around to Duncan Fitzgerald, to Kaplan. Kaplan goes to Mark Evans. Mark Evans, the big flick here. Will it get over to Josh Zadrowski? And nope, it gets pulled down by Lithio, and the quarter ends. We enter the fourth.
So here we go. Soul making smart throws and saving them like Zadrowski does there. The big guy has to get long, but unfortunately a floaty throw into the middle of the field.
And that one just ripped down by Nate Astrom.
Astrom a full foot above everyone else. Gets a good D there, Rich.
And now the O-line forced to play defense once more tonight. And this has got to be part of the challenge for them, is they've had to spend a lot of energy playing defense. Astrom lets it fly. Jesse Johnson, easy score, and Chicago up 4 early in the fourth.
Astrom gets the exact throw he wants there. He can turn around and rip a backhand into the wind. He proved himself on the pool.
Rivas fakes once, fakes twice, gets Henke off his feet, up to Cercello. Cercello with the big put. Can Radak chase this one down? And a double bid. Jake Reuben Miller not able to pull it in, nearly puts up. And the around for Mark. Does he have it? Joey Wiley cut off. And working it back and forth. Radak gonna get it in to Mark Henke. And Austin hits double digits. End zone here. And now Houseman with his mark sends it up the line. It gets away a little bit. And there you go, Mark Henke with the huge D. Wiley gets contact.
A heavyweight bout, Rich. Disc is in play.
And that's a cheeky score. Oh, they're calling that out. Not in yet for Kyle Henke. It looked like his feet were in. And he gets it off. Huge score. Robert Houseman. And that gives some relief here to Wilson Matthews.
Dial upping the physicality, but just getting a little too handsy there downfield. Here's a big shot.
And Wilson Matthews able to pull it in at the corner. And the career-defining season continues for Wilson Matthews, who finds himself in the goal now, I believe, for the third time tonight after what has been a breakout season for this man. Double team on, back to Evans. Needs to get this around. And a big, deep hammer, a crazy shot, and turned over Zadrowski, not able to pull it in. A single throw could end it. And not going to, enough time here, he has to get it away. And that's gonna be the game. Chicago comes to Texas, picks up 2, and ends up tied atop of the Central Division.
Wow, incredible ending there. I mean, what a battle in the fourth quarter. You got to commend both teams for having the most entertaining quarter of Ultimate there to close out the game.